What is saying?
Nyamia domboko.
Yedemia say. Yedemia say. And me sure say Bibi Abefrobia no. So what time you come?
Absolutely.
God bless you. Obi radio presenter bi or another station. And Obusa me say, "Oma try say kwa obeba omo ba unya homma." Na eye den na me mitimi nya. We no question Obusa me. And I say, Grace. Because I've not done anything special.
Absolutely.
Grace.
Absolutely.
Grace in Akawenya. And I saw it saying,
"Oh, Nyamia don't be fine. Everything is perfect by the grace of God."
And that topic now, I'm out for interest.
It's very interesting.
I know. Madam for Baku Kache. Joshua Tintino.
Right.
I hope say only Nakasa.
I know.
And they will say what stay glue Babity and Komono. Absolutely. Down one day now in Komo.
Okay, as the Lord lives, my name is Prophet A.S. Telvin and founder of Prophetic Life Embassy. By the grace of God, we are here. We're working for God's cause and His purpose and getting the kingdom of God where it has to be by the grace of God.
Amen.
As the Lord lives.
Amen.
It is established.
God bless you.
Surely.
God bless you. First of all, you can't ancestors are. You can't ancestors are. Obi ancestors no on tiasie.
Okay.
Let's break it down. No be tiasie.
Okay. In ancestral point, when we are talking about ancestors, we are talking about predecessors, the dead ones. Predecessors that have done things and then they are dead and gone. Once the person is dead and gone, they become an ancestor based on the traditional structure of where they have gone to. And then others believe that our ancestors watch over us, they take care of us, they are able to move, they are able to operate in certain things. So that's that condition of what an ancestor is. Yes.
Our ancestors and they didn't.
Our ancestors. Once people die in your family, you will get ancestors.
Wow. But do they exist? Say, any people who we are, and who are still now who existing?
Yes, the human being is body, soul, and spirit. So it's body, soul, and spirit. So when the human flesh dies, the soul does not die, the spirit does not die. So the spirit transcends to infinite reality, which simply means we will echo the unending trend, which is either entering into hell or entering into heaven. But before you get to heaven or hell, you enter into the realm of the spirit. And I know for before Samando is the realm of the spirit. We go there in and out as the same way as, and the same place you sleep and you dream, the alcohol is the same place when you die you're going to. And then before you can enter into heaven, and I say obeko way your friends in hell in that condition. So that's the places that those ancestors dwell, and that's where they operate. But according to structure in the realm of the spirit, which is reality, you cannot say that an ancestor is a god. An ancestor can never be a god, can never help you in any way. It's not a deity. If he has power, he wouldn't have died. And if he had died in that angle, he's dead and gone. He's under something's jurisdiction. Say, Unanabi, Esum Busumbi, no wa. Only power he is now a slave to the bosom. If you conjure the spirit through necromancy, a bosom no that will appear in the name of Unana, because now the bosom owns Unana image right. It is image right. So he owns Unana no image right. So now your Unana spirit is owned by that spirit. So he becomes a slave to that spirit. So anytime it is that spirit that will surface in his stead. And there's a lot of misconception. Once you can't see, you never understand. Obe can say, oh, my friend me nanabi, obi timi tina can say, me mami ewu, me friend me mami samai, say ombambambe ye we ma. Once you conjure that, whatever you're calling, you don't know. So mami will not need under a stronger hand, which will the hand of God. Automatically, the spirit has gone into a place where demon can take is for her form. So at the end of the day, who conjure no din some good friend, oh me mami, samai, beyese, what you are doing is you are opening a portal. Anything that comes out of it can represent to mami samai. And obeba be di jumana wa friend somebody ni mao. Oya, obe sao to pay. And the payment you cannot find it to pay. Or don't know about big demanding. I say Ubia, one man access to your room. After he's done, he can pick up whatever he wants to take here. It is very dangerous.
Enti dangerous say you be fa nsuo ni abom pan afre ye ma me saman ana ye papa no saman wo situation bi a ye kom na ye invite ye ma me na ye papa no saman say omumra no me fight my. Is it good to do that?
Not at all, because you don't know what you're calling. You see, sometimes no, it is culture, we understand. But then the spiritual part of culture, if you don't take care, you will go and call and conjure things that you are not ready to answer to. You are not ready to answer to at all. And there's one thing I always say, when abusumni, all those things, those spirits, we know them, we see them. We've seen them all of our life. And how diabolic, how tricky, how lying, and how deceptive they are. And to friendly bar in your mind, look as of the bow, on bam bam the bow. You, the human being, you're literally something that they want to prey upon. And as how the saying goes, the sheep lives all his life fearing the wolves, only to be eaten by the shepherd. That's how it is. So your friend and when you call them, they are the ones that come to destroy your destiny, not even your fellow human being.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. The other way around, I'm not crying because in reality,
absolutely. Because on you, not in the hand of God.
Yes.
The image right is owned by the spirits, number one. So they can control his image right as much as they can. One thing that you realize, mostly, we were in the hands of God in Christ or anything. Most of the time, it's very difficult. But normal people that you always see their ghosts everywhere. The reason is because other forces can take their image and function with it. Yes.
Wow. Now I say, Sebia, mami biawu na ushi na ghost na mo kan kwa no. Say obi kaso who ghost are. Do we see them to say they ya and they appear in a different form? Ghost no. How do they look like?
So ghosts look in different fields of operation. You see, each spirit looks like a fluorescent bulb. And to me describe actual. Once I cut remove fluorescent bulbs, and that's what a spirit looks like in form. So it has a human, more or less like the form of a being, but then it lightens up. That's the spirit of a person. So the realm of the spirit now or appear in that manner, but it can bear the face of the person that is dead. But in necromancy, once you conjure such a spirit, unim at the crown take that form. No? So in your mind, you'll be thinking it is your mother. That's not your mother. Voice more. Voice more. They will tell you things that they did with you, but that's deception.
Wow.
That's why Obitimiba say, Assembly Obiewu, your friend is somewhere for Obimu, I'm a Samana Kasa. Yes. Whatever you are conjuring is not your mother's ghost, it's a demon that came to create confusion in the family. Obitimia Kasa, Papa Nekun, Obwa. It's intentional to create chaos.
Wow. Yeah. Because when you say tribe, you are Ghana, Obiwa, Omutimi friend is Sama. Just to know, say, when the cool no. Yeah. So, meaning, say, the omu friend no any nipano ankasa ba a demon.
A demon.
Just to create confusion.
What a demon is with Obeba.
So in this case, do we have any connection again? And now once they are gone for good.
Once they are gone, they are gone. You know, when a person dies, it takes a period of time for their spirit to ascend entirely. Now, in the realm of the spirit, that's for me, Mewuda, when I was younger. So I understand this pathway. And then in the realm of the spirit, I see people that are dead. And let me explain to you how death looks like in the other chapter. Exactly. This is what death looks like in that side. Some people think basically their body is just lying down there, and then now we will occur in, they don't understand what it is. You will sink or ascend. It doesn't matter at all. All that matters is that in this reality you see, there is an upside down reality. And the world now, just imagine you turn it upside down, and then there's another world behind this world, which is where your spirit goes in the realm of the spirit. So in the spiritual realm, when a person dies, there are two things I have seen. When somebody dies in Christ, basically attached to the divine cause of God, automatically, once they die, they are so close, and immediately angels just snatch them up straight forward within seconds. But Obiwu not only that angle, automatically they are left abandoned. And to be honest, all of a sudden, soul being in a more raw wayira on him the no now I am confused, no wonder. Immediately that's the kind of soul that the demons start hunting. And by that time maybe on an be ogun say friend now a demon be slave or hunting and capture. So there are two kinds of things. I was praying for one man and then he was dead. He came back, he was dead a while in I got there. I prayed for him, he came back and he said like they were chasing him for 40 years. So I was wondering, how are they chasing you for 40 years? Or see, we are pure baby. Now spirits be dinechi. Because I already know those things. Some say, okay, they were hunting for your souls. These ones are hunters. They will look for your soul and drag you straight into hell. Because you don't have someone to pick you up. Because in God, that is where the angels come and pick you. And what is coming to pick you? That's the second thing. Because Akonode is not coming to pick you. Because once you see him in the realm of the spirit, we am grab a show. Because it's actually your hunter. You are there as a prey. You are food to them. Continue into slave. So whatever you serve here, you continue to serve it in the other side. Yes.
Sometimes how would you say Ubia or Abia Accra?
Yeah.
But now Wakopi Tamale. Who are cram, yes, you know.
Yes.
But Ubia would know Accra, Abia, or no him say Wuno. Now or see who are Tamale. Indeed, Abia back to Accra, back at you for say, oh. Misia, a similar secret of Tamalino.
Yes.
Now, Bishop Faka, so what would that? Yes, so by Sanko. Now, why those things are they true?
Yes, in certain cases they are true. In these conditions, people are able to transcend. You see, I always say one thing: you cannot imagine the possible reality of the things that can happen in the realm of the spirit. Onim said there are people that have the capability of jumping bodies, like how demons can possess people. And then it switches into another person, which are very dark arts, dangerous spirits. And are a function. And then we have a case in here because worry someone and some art and there are some of the cases is mere deception. I'm for fake death all the time. And then they go and stay in a place and then start a new life. It will be new any year or problem. Then or something, they want greener pastures. They will just leave, disappear for a while. Your brain, you'll be thinking, say, maybe I will wound in Yamaniama. But then most of those things are not true. But this modern time, we are discovering most of the things. But then there are cases where spirits like that are able to take human form. And just like in Genesis chapter 6, the fallen angels took human form to make wives of the sons of men. And then they were able to multiply on the face of the earth. So demon kind can take human form and be able to go and even marry somebody. And then there will be spiritual things.
Yeah. Papa, reincarnation, does it exist?
Not at all.
Anyhow.
Not at all.
Because these days, they are very smart, very intelligent.
Reincarnation. Yes.
You need to be reincarnation.
Not at all. Yes, not at all. How this works is this. Like as I'm a prophet after the order of Melchizedek, Ezekiel, Enoch, Daniel, John the Revelator. So it's ancient knowledge. So once you're connected to the grace of God, you're connected to all the old prophets all together in one body.
Okay.
What you say? So how do you understand that? The condition of that structure is that angels not your jumano. And the kind of operations is like a department, like an office. Like Senya, Obekwa, say, Yanana Otumfo, or say to Otiwa, Otimi Kasati say, Otumfo, like the old chief, or Kasabek, Otimika 1970 and 70 say, or no, 1850 and 70 or no, now Otisu, but it just came up. It speaks like a reincarnated king. What the office is that it can transcend different knowledge and then you continue the information like the pharaohs of Egypt. And that's the powerful thing about the Ashanti kingdom. Because Ashanti kingdom, no, Okum or Hiniwea is the same king that will come the next time. We're going to continue. So the enemy of the first Nana Prempe is still the enemy of the current Otumfo. The friend of the 18 something Otumfo is still the friend of the current one. So whatever you do to them will never disappear. And whatever good thing you do to them will never be forgotten because they wear the same coats the same way as how the pharaohs are. The same applies to the prophetic angle. There is nothing like reincarnation, but the same spirit The same angels, the same flow that worked with Elijah will work with Elisha, and then will work with Daniel. So once the Bible no, you see, say an angel called Angel Gabriel. He worked with different angels, different prophets. Besi years suppressor. But the because it's the same kind of angel.
Wow.
So Elijah I call heaven and leaving Elijah. A lot of people say Elisha said he wanted a double portion of Elisha's anointing. Debbie, or see, I want a double portion of the Spirit upon you.
Wow.
Which means whatever spirit that is in you, say Nyankupa money 1,000 amawa, me pay 2,000 pieces. And to offer be bring back on my reinforcement. And that's the same spirit that was upon Elijah that came upon Elisha. And to the same angels and their function, and so their things will be similar. So it's not reincarnation.
Now, sometimes, Papa, on so what you could be baby, now you say Wabahada. But in natural sense, order.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So that is the reality. That's what you call deja vu. Deja vu is the reality of your dream state. That's why I tell you that you wake up in the realm of the spirit. You can play a time pattern in the future, in the realm of the spirit, which you have not lived in current reality. And to sorry free Diana, you may not even remember your dream, but it is logged into your subconscious. So sorry, you may see the same issue play out because actually it's a reality you have lived in your dream state. So human beings are both spirit and both flesh. The spirit can experience something, store it in your mind, and then when you wake up in the flesh, you can really live the reality.
Wow. Science for me, who say you have hereditary illness.
Absolutely.
Now I say you are there well.
Sure.
Maybe you na be the kayare, and as I am I transfer from generation to generation. In the realms of life.
I've seen such cases like thousands of them. Obi wo ni nana bi ekoya ade bi tia obi. Ena nipa ni bo ni dua. Sa yare na bi ebuso wo twa yare, every female in the family has the same sickness. It's from John. And before it started, something happened. There was a story. There was a thing that happened. And then they started inheriting it. That's how the structure is. In Exodus chapter 34, verse 7, God was speaking about visiting the iniquities of the fathers to the children and the children to the grandchildren. So these things can transcend from generation to generation. The same way the blessings can transcend from generation to generation. The same way angels can move from generation to generation. The same way demons can also transcend that reality. Yeah.
Wow. Enti obi a ono ye innocent out tin baby odino ne na bia ono kra wa mbeto bia centuries ago e sit then na ne na problem etimi enya twaka no mu because ye nyina ye nyamemba.
Absolutely.
Say ye ba bia say ye nya obi abone how come say ye na bi bone bi enya effect e wo ya brabo so.
Most of the things in the face of the earth is that the generational structure is based on succession. So unana ebesi property kese kama the gold guma. O bank obeka se unana. Enti or the curse in soba the same way you inherit it. That's how the situation is. Enti whatever they do, they leave it for you, and then you will definitely come and follow. And that's the structure. So it exists clearly, and it happens accordingly.
Wow. So meaning say our ancestors can decide how our future will be for us.
Yeah, we can decide the future of our children as well. And the semitianum se na me see and come me say nyame nantino me per powers be dia yanya mi adwuma na say something with business or anything. Na me sorry na me say me kwa konfo bi ho ana we bi ho a onkoma me powers be mfa ya ade a me kwa sign contract. And one important thing, I repeat it every day unless a conform mo chamontro omunya conform yaza no mo sakiting. But if anybody can see on him said there is no voodoo power juju bia so man bia ni wiase oji apon jinjin jinsa. They don't take it for anything. You use that to summon them. That is their walking point. You use that to give them a portal. Ya two pronomo odi no never be pronoun aba or ye adwuma ma we are na ketua no, they take it from you spiritually. And you can't pay them with goods and cows. So they'll come to you and then hand you and take that which is there. And to sign a contractor. Demons do not just do things anyhow. They sign contracts. It's an agreement. And most of the time, no they will not tell you. everything is fine. But or the money and maybe every third born or be from home. And then he signed. When you die, then the thing begins.
And abusua bi a omo problem e wo mu a problem no asase free ancestors no no.
Yeah.
How do you break that problem no? And who break it for only you, and now who break it for the rest of the family members are
Okay. So with regards to that, no, once you're breaking, it depends on two things. You can choose to go for the entire altar, or you can choose to set the person apart from that covenant. Because as a contract, you are including without their conscious effort. So it's an unconscious spiritual covenant. Into a non-count by the nation. And at the end of the day, you can cut the person off that generation of altars. And from there, they cannot be traced to it. Because the generation of altars can trace you if you are bound to it. And that's how it is. Unless they go back to their hometown to go and serve their idols, they will never succeed. And yes, a deliver no tra no free that I didn't know. And that's how some of those things are. Yes.
Minimobia or tenant butchers are but not abraboni ye.
Right.
Why ye jumabia and finally crown omo born by. Or by another ebia commodidium who said. Yesi akonya wo mu fi na adu no so se wo so odi se when dia akonya na brabo ensini ye da and truly finally now so ko dia akonya no.
Exactly.
So these things no ye wo mpaye bia yetimi body twam se me se mi dia akonya we nti no nyame mo me na ommo me ho ban ana se kwan bia so yade e busuanu nti no you can't run away from it.
Once it's there in the family, you want to cut it off. No? There's a prayer that can be dealt with. We can separate you from it easily. Yes. Wow. And they are very simple.
Wow. And ebi so eti abusua bi tie me. Omu family no obia ntumi nware entra 3 years. Oba bia ware a before 3 years oba fie. And it has been there. So we know how do they break this?
That one is maybe based on bonding. I said some months ago, I think no, some weeks ago, right? Some people were talking about Meka Adiebi, and then some people didn't understand it. Until later on, I'm say Lady Bika on air. Or see not so minor, I think in where banis no. Now I worry so minor, and to so many any chrono, and to me go worry before for that. Once our precedence, once it is set. Will allow a spirit kind to come and marry to her. Once in that angle, the spirit will seek to marry every child, and it's not just her. They have been marrying their generation every year. So spirit know that every one of your children or be fan, not deny a thing, and they are needed. So once the spirit takes control and then has a covenant, a bond with you, it will remain constantly from generation to generation, unless you cut a bond. Either than that, your marriage will never work.
It is spiritual marriage now.
Oh yes. Yes, spiritual marriage is there. It's a bonding, it's a covenant. Yes.
Family be it
depends on which contract your ancestors had. Yes. The contract on Modi, that spirits now have here. Certain contracts are not for spiritual marriages and bonding. Certain contracts are maybe financial contract, blood related contract and everything. It was we succeed people. Because they saw the glory of the family, so nobody should succeed.
Your ancestors, physically, and
yes.
I mean, how was it?
Yeah, they literally went to seek for help. Almost friend, spirits, those things, that's why I make all the time say, I love culture. Me can be the other time. Almost see, I'm fighting against culture and the black man's culture that is beautiful, and I'm fighting against them. Because I no, I'm not fighting against culture. I am talking. I'm telling you about the spirits now. The spirit that is dancing now, or glorified, on your good spirit. Or they claim it to be good, but they are contract with that spirit and ancestors. No, if they should break it down to you, What is in your identity? They are in your rivers. They are in your water bodies. They've taken dominion over your rivers and water bodies. People are even afraid to build in those things. I thought the go to me baby, omu bridge and baby. So might be one unpinise bridge no because also they will have to fight and enchant to remove it from them. Which kind of spirit does not want your country to develop?
Yes.
Or best stop bridges, or best stop buildings. Yeah, well, places where all the government hospital Krakow 1 year spiritual work on ground now. We see building now, or be best obey construction, maybe obey me what you just until the building is halted. Wow. There are some rivers that want me hear bridges being thrown unless you hear near be permanent free or no, and that's that kind of situation. So such spirits, no, contract is very diabolical. Then till high wow. They think, and I know them. Oh, I know them very well. Wow. Oh, and they know me. Wow. That's one thing you have to understand. Once our spirits, no money, na mean, so mountains, so mining, oh, I know them. Oh, I know them. I come the whole country, all the 16 regions of the country. I have seen every river. I have seen every mountain. I have seen every people. Even some of them, we have cleared them out of the party. And to be see how funny so now, or you say. No, I say, nobody. So, the spirit only enter I don't know about also. He has been seized. So how is it coming on you? So no one said you no more chantro, but the spirit is actually there. Palisu, which is their spirit arising on it. And these are entities that we conquer and deal with because they are very dangerous. Or one close one. I went to one of the towns. And I was doing my movement around. There was a spirit that I was communicating to. Once it saw me, once said, you are coming with the light of God. So immediately all those things are subject to you. Immediately, no, the spirit was there. And Maker said, they celebrate festivals for you. Maker said, they celebrate festivals for you. They hype you, but they don't know that you are a deceptive spirit. What destroy and the spirit realized that I know the Okano, it was a hypocrite, and then it changed form to what it was. And I said that what dad and Crawford way in this community for all these years, thinking say but then you did not help them at all. You helped them go to war. Imagine say I before any way for everything nothing region for kukuntokwa. Now bo mo ku omo wie now mo wie now betina say na bo omo na mo wie no si omo for mo ba virgin bi ambra no mo unku omo. Now omo tua so ya oh bo omo na say you were destroying them. These are diabolic contracts, and that has to be shut down. And that's why I mean, those things, as for them, I know them. That's why I mean, me board straight, I go after it directly. Because me in spirit, and you confirm now the part I'm going to tell you, it is the spirit. I know what, so I know, or Kitano, whatever that is moving, all the issues, all of them. I went from region to region.
Spiritually and not physically?
Physically. Wow. Raising each and every one of them out. So when we do region now, I have so is the big one. So it will surface. Once you surface, you are just trapped off the pathway. Solomon, That's how God works. So we've dealt with all this, so we know what they are. We've suppressed and brought these things down. Even in our functions, your crusades in Yama, before we go for crusades and everything, any spirit on the road is cleared up. We went to one crusade, they drew on them, not spirit, be a giant dark spirit. No, be us run to free car no more. It was running once he saw us. I got down from the car and no dimrika because spirit got in speed. And I may see Bakusru.
Oh yes, yeah. Wow. Now, spirit, do they die?
No, not at all. Not at all.
They don't die.
They don't die. They are eternal. They are eternal. They live in the realm of the spirit. And to outbound, then free her, he will leave. And then go and look for another place to host. Because they are hosting spirits. So the Bible said that if an unclean spirit leaves the body, it goes about looking for empty houses or empty spaces to occupy. If he finds none, it will come back to the old place and check if it is empty. If it is empty, he will go and invite 7 deadly demons which are more wicked than he is, and then they will come in and then come and cause more destruction. And you can bind them, they go looking for another vessel. And I send you almost they be a Weber Accra. And can obey you be a possession. Yeah.
Okay, young idea on my Ghana. Minister on my beer so a big in Sanoman on paying for leaders need because Kwame Kuma and Mumbi can bet so Ghana Hano. Yeah, Titi said the so and go so many dear Kaka home. On my Ghana, on mine as a whole, no, the nation as a whole, do we have yɛwɔ bosom Ghana ɔman no wɔ bosom a ɔne di ma yɛn ana sɛ bibi sɛ ni hɔ.
The problem, Bibi said, the problem about Ghana bosom is most of them, things that are spirits that have come into dwell in our rivers and our waters, and they were conjured by people. One be a porter and manner omba. So we have conjured them, and we've had contracts with them to remain. And there is nothing like spirit to be mainly governing the whole country. But then there are entities that have weights in the country. Entities each, and it is tribal. Obiani the Odibai. Onim said when the British and most of the Portuguese and everything were coming to Africa for colonial situation. Most of them did not come, the voyagers did not come with the gospel. They came with Omusumai, Omobusum. That's what suppressed the country. So they showed us that they had more power. You could not do anything to them. And that was their capacity. And these are some of the things now. And many people went for such powers from different locations. And no importing in Adiaba Ghana. So Ghana wahanum, India for busum wahanum, Benin for busum, different kinds of spirits, and they are doing all sorts of diabolic things. Exactly.
I thought that ultimately say, Obika say, oh, say one treaty Kwame Nkrumah mu ya, or man the best of us, man treaty we ya, or man the best of us. Even in football, it me crack so former blaster players and I, or modu or munkwa, a 2 or a team no. The team will never do well. So no man do the work.
Yes, it works. That's a situation of prosperity. It's a prosperity. So in that condition, it's obviously going to work. Because Obiya the Pamana Mawa Menfa Bonin Chianika. Don't abandon the people that aided you when you needed them. So that's a situation you should never do. And that's the thing that has gone through the Bible. Anybody that denies the structure of somebody that have done good to them will always struggle. The Bible says, forget not the rock from which you were healed. Memma will rain fee rock na ye will free. So forget not the rock from which you were healed. Kai baby a child free. Oh yeah, rock na ye child na ye do ye a three na. And now ye a three kama ceramic. But Kai say ye child free baby divide. So you always have to really honor your elders, your predecessors, those that did good. So you honor them, but do not worship them. Don't be trying to call them to come and help you. There is nothing no ancestor on the face of the earth can do. There is nothing. They are dead and gone. Monja mono monda. Montu to champagne ni shinabini ama mama. Dia mu friend you can never know. Most unim semido kasa and everybody are conformable mu gu honoma. Omoye even on my comfort kasa. They don't see nothing. And it's a much stress carry be comfort. Ekusia tricks and systems. And you know what you know. Or you know friend. Hey nana. Insure way no desani go for we can know ya they can know we are no abesa no anything no the powder sans and no the powder sans no no see oh na kutum groom now board drums amano no almost papa no the powder yen no san baby now they don't see anything. So it's just normal. They don't understand what is going on, and then later it ends up bringing a lot of distractions. If you know the spirit that you are calling, some of you show you Ghana. If we should show you who they were and who they are, what they are doing to the towns, they are very dangerous. That's why Obisan said there are certain things you can never do in Ghana. Oh, Africa for your village people. It's not because you have village. We're not before no, and yes, so many are from our background. So, build these certain things in the country and you don't take care of it spiritually. Build the roller coaster. Puna one young woman. It's always a thing that these things are hovering, trying to limit our progress. Yeah.
Well, my next question, Krana, will do honor.
Yeah.
A country like Ghana, Yamia Dumio, all the natural resources are. Kebema, Yesu Yakoye, America, no. But I said, 4 years, 8 years, 10 be our minor brand, 10 be our minor brand, they do be able to make us say, or minor, quiet, and yet physical and spiritual. If we say, oh, leaders in the MWA, oh, yeah, Ghana problem, mainly about leaders, and I was spiritual problem, this one. Accounting or money development akechi.
I asked one president a question, say, I told you, I'm a campaign, I'm a different. But I'm a president, and then you people act very strange and different. He told me plainly. So sometimes he doesn't, they don't understand. It's like their people are possessed. Or to me, oh, Kofi, men, yes, see. Kofi, let's build the country. Kofi, the money is like this. I said, Obeka say, you know, the person will do the exact thing he said, don't do. He says, no. And they will act like they are possessed. President Gratime for Bikra on Fakon because he's doing something wrong. And they will not answer your call until they are done doing the wrong thing. It's like something takes over them once you put them in power. And that's a very, very strange thing. And that's where the power of the divine structure has to be executed. Because one show you understand, say, Abrofor, the spirits nearby. You remember, said there was a time where there was a spirit in the castle. They had to go and drive it out. By one of the ARS pastor, Hovenu, they normally mention him. Yes, these are some of the histories I've listened to and studied across. And these things are there. These are entities, ancient entities that are dwelling there. And they will destroy a lot of things. So mostly, I always advise that we should not get into such contracts. Yeah.
Did I say, oh, my work, a normal ADT spiritual?
Yes. So they are there. They are there vividly. See a lot of things. And if you want to break out in the country, you have to be spiritually strong. Because in the soil, in the land you're on, a brown person on your bridge, in COBC on Pino, about Fiabetil warning, or Diamond say, bridge now, Quaco yellow, or ye mistake, Obama, now bridge, ensure never man warning, or no, also ensure way, me ye bridge in my mouth from the funny so. At the end of the day, that's what we have created. We've allowed these spirits to hover around our gold, our diamonds, all of our things. Obi will say, friend, no spirits, no more, no appease you. Don't appease any spirit. If you have anything, once a spirit be disturbed, we are prophets. We are like this thing, the police system. We will come and chase it away. It will run away without even breaking its spirit. As the Lord lives, it will run away. When light shined, darkness comprehended it not. And you don't need to negotiate with spirits that are coming to or to assassinate rent free. Or bet you will go to diamond mountains or scare your children. It's in the waters, it's drowning your children. There are rivers now. One show you now. If we certain family mo now so me ba me koso akra koso mi we nim if you tie nim kra na so ni frefre or frefre or obe wana akra na tom na we onya to enim a we. Yes, it's very, very dangerous. I have seen like the sea deities. I've seen it. Different. I've seen most of those ones. Yes. Then I have seen a point when I was young. I remember swimming. Obviously. You fire away now. You to make up now. Come on, then we learn how to swim and things. So, in that angle, I was seeing quite a lot of things. They are very strange. These things are there. Although yet me you beat you. Some of the people that we knew when we were young and they died. We're just sitting with them. No nipa na sorry say bibi abaniso. No around no more. Like we are chatting, but not we are drowning. You who be wajira. And in 3 days you see their body wash out like we were talking to them. Also, all friend and few. No, I quite said exactly. That's those things. They lure you into it. So those rivers. We are very diabolic. And to me, most of you wanna well green now. Our son is not the part that go na your boy. Nyum di go. No crying a chance now. Church I information. Say this one me spirits. I know the spirits. They don't even deserve to be waving anything over the king. No. Ancestors contract no more. These spirits they are criminals. They played our ancestors. So if our ancestors were to come back here, I'm going to say, only spirit will show the year, now one ben. I'm going to plain words. That's the year, now one ben spirit. And yes, I obey how.
And this one brings me to my next question.
All right.
When we say, your bonfire saying your boy now, my tumpong. But the same country like Ghana, you believe in Yamea, you be your friend Yami woman. The same countries we are near some friend and Abosun Force say, dear, I say, you're the one paying this year from Yaso. Now, your friend, you are shaking Malam for Alaji, a prophet, pastors, now in Yankopodin, abompaye wi a yesi abosomfo so mebompaye. Are we not contradicting ourselves?
Yeah.
The you know any chakabi blending tradition with Christianity and Islam no and how you so.
Exactly. So a lot of people make mistake. They think religion is tradition. Religion is not tradition. Kusumbu, as the Ghana people will say it. Kusumbu, tradition is tradition. Tradition, like a Boatry festival, everyone is saying different kinds of festivals across the nation. It is a fair story. It has nothing to do with deities. What I say, it's a fair story among for the LEV. And then sometimes they used to communicate to God through idols and everything. Now men were looking for God, like when they built the golden calf when Moses saved them. Or build the golden calf, Moses buy or destroy the golden calf then, you know, because mostly anytime at all something happens to man, he wants to find a God to give the glory to. And then most of the time the Almighty does not dwell in idols. So so once you thank him from your heart, he's able to listen to you. But we like an idol. That's why we built the golden calf. So anytime at the party besi wo yesu na ya pe edua bi aye logoligi na say edua we ya ho eduma ya be edua na mostly it's just a tree na ya gu nsen gusu na ya di moje gusu na ya break portal na demon bi a oti ni be bi a oye diabolic or person be destroy na wa show up na wa fall bi so say me na your friend me say me yensuo na da na me edua we me ye inframamu hum maba meboa mo enti mu meboa mo no mudi mo ba a edi kan ebe ba me ho na mo abesom na busum omo ye selection papa e ma ni memo mo sebe mu na fe kama and they will pick up the best out of you to save them and render all of them useless and follow the generation. And that's how those spirits function. So I always admonish people, say me can't say culture should not be done. Respect, but you know now say respect your ancestors. Mention their names. Let us hear them. And many other things. But don't conjure those forces. Because at the end of the day, you know, self-reference and movie, and now those spirits in your area. Now you have a bomb fire. It breaks out all of those things. And tell you, I'm also for the end to last. Now we move from the movie, and I have a palm. And it's so for start your month member.
Yes.
If the pastor prays first, they won't be able to come. That's the problem.
Do we have a bright future?
Ghana, we have a wonderful future. Oh, I'm telling you, in 30 to 35 years, I can assure you that in the next few years, even now, as I speak to you, in 4 years' time, Ghana will automate unique intercity railway systems, will begin to implement quality busing system. I mean, Ghana is about to change. I'm telling you this to surprise you, because I saw in time that Ghana was transforming to understand that they had opportunity to get visa-free to European countries, to understand that people were abandoning British countries and coming to Ghana to come and start their life. The whole world is coming to Ghana.
Wow.
Yes, Ghana will be the eye of Africa. What's it? Oh, Ghana is going to transform in ways you cannot imagine. Yes, a Barber very special. And people will enjoy the wealth and then the opportunities that it comes with. Something is going to happen.
Few years to come.
A few years to come. Very, very short time. And whilst that's why I made to I'm chasing after these things of Mugu man. Mountain ni Amotia ni Amaniamana. Usi bridge and almost your penny. This thing is so serious. It's not because structural integrity is not good. It's working. Everything is good. Engineers are working. But you from no friend they'll come and do some enchantment and everything, small things before they will start the building. Because appease the atmosphere and sana. But we don't need to tolerate these things. If once a spirit should be whatever is misbehaving there, just find some anointed man of God. They will go there 3 seconds. They will just make sure that thing is arrested.
Wow.
Wow.
Abusia enkoma boy bigidi say wani age ho papa. Ye prophet Telvin soa ajei ene din komo. Obi ye ni wa church no ma bebre. Now me kai say obeba ha na obi twi imagine say the last time we aba ha na ye kan American visa no asem na o ka say o American visa decision no pam. foreign ministry at me and America for Nakasama. You call back to 5 years,
5
years
years,
no. Because what kind of class? Oh, we may worry now.
Very
Very and check. Wow. Mom said, "Okay, phone ringing on checking the mommy." Now, me Baba Bisao, another question. I know so this week, I trended pa.
Okay.
Yeah, Papa, Prophet Usu Bempa, Bishop. Ono so akasa.
All right.
O say NDC for anyere omo na omo nkeka omo ho a 4 years na be so no man tell be fro musam akodi we fufo mo obutimi ni omo de so omo wo power na Ghana de 8 years na the ogun no so omo nkeka omo pe after 4 years power no be free NDC for sir but also akasa NDC be ready
16 years.
And I don't know how whether last time Otanaka said is one of the most powerful prophets Ghana, even not Africa.
Yes.
Also, the can you also so the
mainly, I would say one interesting thing. Watch the phones on silent. One thing I would say is that when it comes to prophets, everybody and how they work. The Bible said diverse kinds of spirits, but diverse kinds of operations, but of the same spirit. That's the kind of thing. It's based on perspective. You try 9, you name CCR. Maybe one has 9, but all side one has 6. It's two different perspectives. We'll see the same thing, but from different angles. We'll study the 4 Gospels of the Bible: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Each account was very precise, but from different perspectives. And Matthew's account was the same thing, but from different perspective. Mark's account, the same thing, different perspective. Luke, John, the same thing, but different perspective. And the perspective no can change, but it may be the same story. So maybe a only situation mono or bomb kokose, mama 3 months, but ebia in 4 years' time, the story will change. Maybe probably it's even a goodwill warning to them that, hey, don't stay back. You're about to break time. Maintain your pace. And it may be a warning. It may not necessarily be said the 16-year pathway will change. Because the 16-year pathway, I prophesied about it. He also reconfirmed it in prophecy. And other people have also prophesied the same thing. Once I said it, so many prophets have said the same 16 years. So and let me explain one thing to you. I'm looking through timelines and pathways. I'm like Ezekiel. Obinsu to say Samuel. Obi to say Elijah. The thing that Ezekiel was seeing was very different from what Elijah was seeing. The things that Enoch was seeing and then Daniel was seeing was very different from what Samuel was seeing. And to obedience is checking through time. Obedience or revealing within timelines and everything. It depends on their maneuvering. It's all diverse kinds of operation, but one spirit, as the Lord leads.
It's all that switching about nothing is changing.
It's 16 years. That's the timeline. Once it changes, I come and tell you. And the timeline remains as the Lord lives. Time does not really change. Those things is just for us. Yeah. Okay.
Another news that has been trending again this week, they say, Donald Trump ever visited Ghana. Now, if you say, no, my papa went back Ghana. If you say, Omra, what will be say Donald Trump ever back Ghana?
Honestly, our public relations will be very great in Ghana. Yes, there's several presidents will come to the country, and maybe as the Lord lives, it's a possibility that could happen. But I don't have utterance to author on Donald Trump's coming to Ghana, whether it will be good or bad or any other thing that comes across it. So one of the, I don't have the capacity, like the key to explain that.
But is there any other thing maybe a person say over touch Ghana for? Is there anything you want to tell us? Then I won't know any because what they say.
Yes. Importantly, the first thing I wanted to say is that I saw visa-free opening within Europe and Ghana. Because of that, there were so many countries across Africa try to troop into Ghana. Because Ghana be your next step, as in your more Libya and their most of them will be trooping it into Ghana, trying to be a part of Ghana and everything. And Ghana will begin to get unique transformation. Ghana will be one of the first countries that will take a unique step out of Africa. Ever be to say South African system. Nigerians will be rushing in. Cote d'Ivoire will be rushing in different kinds of countries to be the center of Africa, the eye of Africa. And as I speak to you, it is 17 years pathway, so it's going to be established. Once the 16 years of election is done, there's next year, 17th year, you'll be seeing most of this reality as the Lord lives. And that's the first thing that I want everybody to pay attention to. That is going to happen. Won't prepare. The future is beautiful for the country. Media, if the future is not good, I would say it. But it is very beautiful. That's the way forward.
And the football, so Mamu said, and also,
and I said, we have a World Cup.
Yes.
And I described some things. And so we'll go to the World Cup. And then when
by a performance, they say I'm quite more as usual.
And one said players like Semenyo, they are not spiritually fit to be the number, like striking force now or anything for the country. They have to spiritually fortify themselves, because standing in front of a nation is not by skill or tactics. If you ask every good footballer, they will tell you any tactics, any skill. It's not just that. It is the strategies you implement and also spiritual capacity, because everything on the football field, me, I've played football before. The morale now the Bejina pitch, no, so they are bobo. It takes you further than even the skill now. No good skill, Bejina pitch, so your bobo no more can have 19. Because deep inside you, you are not fully seated spiritually. Once you're fully seated spiritually, your confidence will be boosted, you'll be capable. Inaki Williams is suffering the same thing, and then that's the two problems of our strikers. Ghana does not have an attacking spirit, because we have 8 goals from now. That 8 goals in some few matches, but then they won't be able to get those goals in because that struggle. So if they can work this thing out in some few days, they will have all those goals landing into the nets and everything. But they should pay attention to this player. Ishaako. They should carry him, because World Cup, that boy was in time. The part I was looking at. No, he is the reason why you would dance in this country. He will score big countries. Need one man army. Whilst Kamadin is moving from the other side, this guy is scoring from several. He will score different goals in the timeline that we succeeded. That is the original timeline. So once you temper with time, they get the ultimate outcome.
Wow. Now, I say, you be ansana, sa successful in Abba, sa Semenyo de Inaki Mudiano. What do you do?
So they have to fortify themselves spiritually and get themselves in line, so that they can be able to work, because they are lighter. And then once you come from there, somebody like Kudus is heavy, but the World Cup, he will go with us, he will not be able to finish with that. That's what we are working on to correct. But one thing I believe is that only a year in the World Cup, sliding tackle is not an easy joke. So in the year, this thing is bad for all of us. So I believe I'm a patriotic citizen and I'm a Pan-Africanist as well. So I always want Africa to be what it has to be. So if I see the good, I would say it. If there's any counsel, I'll put it across as well. And Obi to say, come out in Suleiman. It's going to be impossible to stop. The World Cup, Ghana will take over. Like, Obeti Ghana, if the original timeline is adhered to, what they should do, they shouldn't change anything, temper anything, invite any player. They should just maintain it. If the coach does too no gidi so for your selection, the World Cup, I can assure you, once they breach time, I'll come here and tell you they breach time. I'll tell you the first match, the scores the match will be. And if we are coming, I'll tell you how it will go, and then I will lose and come back home. Yeah.
Wow. You maintaining coach, we are final call World Cup now.
If possible, maintain. Don't change anything. In this pathway, they succeeded. Any changes that they created within will temper with time. But they should bring the Ishaku. Me, I don't know him from anywhere. But because maybe Ishaku any player. Me, if you ask him, he doesn't know me. I don't know him from anywhere. But then what is in time is what I'm telling you. It's not because you're a good player. There are better players than him. Yes. So at the end of the day, that's how it is.
Before we go, my last question. When you say Ghana, Christmas, a man for say before now sorry in a room, I don't know whether you heard this story. You saw I must bring a bar. Now before no Pemujanum accident Bruno, they say enche, they say October. Yeah, na stop with Samujanum accident be Christmas bar. It is alleged.
Actually, it's true. say Christmas in bar towards the end of the year, they make quite a lot of sacrifices. I know the and no sad time. Mostly in those seasons, no. Once a deities ne river ni nyama no omo ji omo aketua no any nyama yom we do money because once people crowd in, they are able to take quite a lot of lives and everything. So mainly, I always admonish everybody that as you step up and as you come back, pray and dedicate yourself. Let me show you how the angel of death can kill people. It's a very simple thing. It starts as simple as one simple. You wake up in the morning, and then maybe drive a car, and as it be. Both and not to see mami twinko enim kakra me hu organizer one ma fix it now adada it is called orchestration, and to be orchestrated from the step by step approach, and to be see kwan ma kwa both and not there okay me manage ne kakra obe wan akọ kwan so na o refill hu say both and not in edwuma na what aja ne so na we need to buy the person is there. Most deaths are by orchestration, starting from one point and end at another point. The angel of death has markings and structures that is set. It is a time tripping. So now we can say if this is how they call it, General Asiedu Nketiah, this statement now, his presidential ambition is cut off. It does Obeka say like opposing the presidency, the 8-year run of Mahama, it will be suppressed immediately. As I said, that's it. Money or Kasa. A free will time. I gave a prophetic word, say, as General Mosquito said, there's only one thing stopping him from becoming a president, that's death. If he does not die, he'll be the next president for 8 years, president of the kings. Exactly. Now, the only way that they can tamper with that timeline is if it comes to oppose Muhammad's 8 years term. Because people will be calling for it. Once he opposes it, he states this statement, say, we are not presenting Mahama, yes. His ambition will be cut off. Every good thing he does will be turned into evil. So I put that thing across. And at the end of the day, he came to say the same statements I said, do not say. Exactly. So we're breaching time. What trippy has fallen into that time plane. The same way the angel of death is. Once you trip into his word, you would leave the whole timeline till you are dead. It's like you fulfill. I said, what to? I said, jackpot, my bro, one quiet there when you do the result to me, they'll be dead. So that's how it is. So these are some of the things that.
Papa say, they say 8 years be over being train will be an.
Yes. That's the original timeline actually. But people are trying to bend the time. So
will it happen? 8 years.
Come again.
Will the 8 years happen?
Oh no, right now, one thing I want to say is I don't want to tamper with certain things. I want it to be left. I have said some things back. I want you to go. I narrated this whole story in big form. I'm just filling in the gaps. Yes. So I want you to listen to the old ones. It's a proverb. Go back to the past. Pick the past. Because one thing is, I prophesy in a story mode. And I leave catalyst in each prophecies. And the catalyst, I'm not the one that controls it. I'm one of the people that prophesies a prophecy packaged with a prophecy. So once this happened, this will happen, that will happen. It will follow like a trend. And the major catalyst, it's like a pathway, a map to lead you to the future. When you go back, when you listen to me on radio today, go back to the past, study the narration, how it has begun. You'll be shocked. You will say, oh, you will know everything easily. Wow, it's amazing. Prophecy is like art. We draw it nicely. We make sure it is intriguing, very beautiful, and then we allow it to be fulfilled by the grace of God.
God bless you so much. We have really enjoyed the conversation with you. Another wonderful topic here, the shape visa for the next time you come.
Sure.
Now, where can we locate you? Sorry, number between
okay. Yes. So we are in OUB Prayer Camp Junction. OUB Prayer Camp Junction on the Accra Odoa Road. OUB Prayer Camp Junction, right after Valley View University. We'll drive you about 4 minutes. You'll just be at the church premises. It is on Numo Antie Street, OUB Prayer Camp Junction. And then on Google Map, all the maps, Google anything. It's just called Prophetic Life Embassy. Prophetic Life Embassy, the life of a prophet. So Prophetic Life Embassy, the life of the prophetic. So Prophetic Life Embassy. And our phone numbers are 026 2236 360. 026 0256-360. And we have another one which is 0256-290-320. And then I'm on social media, all platforms, Prophet E.S. Telvin. And also, watch yourself now and get this scammed, because people are using my name. There's so many accounts that's not me.
Yeah.
And they're actually telling people to pay some money, bring this. I don't call for any money anywhere, anyhow. So, BC, Brabe, Chiawe, Nabe, Omi, Brabe, way, Chiawe, my way. People have been scammed. I beg you, that's not me. Until could just can you now be my attempts and me Jusika and I miss it transfers. It's not me. So, please know the people. Like, I don't do that. So if you go and see somebody, it's not me. Yeah, it's not me. So that you will not go and send money to somebody and then later come and fight me.
Yes.
Once I'm there, me send this camera, it's not me.
And these are the only two numbers that are officially the two out.
Yes, these are the only two numbers.
This will be
026
026
22
22
36
36
360
360
and 0256
0256
290
290
320.
320.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Sunday, you know, all night you're being.
All night is on Friday, so this Friday we're gonna have an all night.
Okay.
And even this Friday, you're dealing with altars. It's so amazing that it's a coincidence. Honestly, this topic was supposed to be treated last week, but I don't know what happened. I didn't remember.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't remember. I was shocked.
So
me catching up, I said, "How come I forgot about this?" And I was so amazed by it. So it was not meant for this week, but it's this week that I'm also teaching about the same topic, and then we are dealing with altars.
Yeah.
So I was saying to people that if we be whatever it is, bring it. If you fear be our spirits be just not here free or fetch some sand from the pick a stone from there and come to the church premises. We'll deal with altars, we'll break certain altars by the grace of God. This Friday, we start at 9 p.m., we close at 4 a.m. And then we have Sunday evening services as well from 5 a.m. to 8:30. 5 p.m. to 8:30 in the night. So that's how it is. We don't do morning services, only evening services. We'll bring the morning service to Islingo.
God bless you.
Or maybe somewhere around there.
God bless you.
As the Lord leads.
Ochina, all night, said the OT, no. Any pa, on a and a Bernardin. Any pay Bufaso on Ochina, Friday, the Pacho, Jadu be or say, who could be fear, be do fear, or the sa, if you want me any bra, and I pay the cuckoo no bra.
Okay, FM 101.7.
I'm going to comment one crypto coin. This